and welcome to the Cancer Journey podcast. I am Alicia.
And I'm Sherry Ann.
So we're going to start with Pesh again. I will start today.
Yay.
So physically, I am a 3.75. Emotionally, I am a 4.25. Spiritually, I'm a 4. And hope is a 4.5. And my word is disheveled. And reminder, we just changed our Pesh scale, so it is now 1 to 5 instead of 1 to 10.
Yes. Physically, 4. Emotionally, 3.875. Wow, that's interesting. Spirit, 4.2. Hope, 4.4. And my word is being.
All right. So we want to talk about our coach training. We have recently been awarded by the International Coaching Federation with their Coach Impact Awards for 2024 as emerging coach educators. Yay!
Yay!
We just want to touch back on our coach training and the impact that we know we have with our coach training and just what makes it so special.
Yeah. It's such an honor. And when I pause long enough to think about, oh, wow, we won a lot of awards last year. And it feels like this testament to, the 12, oh my goodness, it's going to be 13 years this year that we've been doing cancer journey coach training. And it feels like, yesterday, at least for me, with a little bit of yesterday was over there. And there's one thing that when we first started that I want to put out there that we're really embracing and sharing more about. And that is, we knew that it was going to be a personal growth journey for the people who signed up and chose to do this work. Mostly because they came from either an experience of being, a patient to survivor or thriver, or they were the caregiver that was walking alongside the patient. And both of those are intensely emotional change agents. Like, you change through a cancer journey. And so knowing what our tools and our concepts were, it was going to be this journey that they were going to take. On the surface, it was, oh, you're going to be trained to be a cancer journey coach. And absolutely they were. And they are. But really what they were getting was the personal growth of processing their cancer journey, even if they thought that they processed it, because every tool that or concept that we use as cancer journey coaches, they had to experience themselves. I am a big proponent of, you can't do anything to somebody else that you have not experienced yourself, because there is this level of compassion and understanding that comes with you having experienced things. And so if you learned a tool, but you didn't have it done on yourself, how do you know? How do you know what is possible? What's the experience of that? And while we watch the coaches get trained, we watch them blossom. I mean, like, this fabulous transformation. And I know that the word transformation is...
I just want to pause you there.
Okay.
Because I know I can feel how excited you are about going into this, but let's break it down a little bit. Like, you're already through and already, we're with this work so closely and so often that we already see it. We know what's on the other side. We know what people are going to experience in their own way, especially, but that transformation is going to happen. We absolutely know that. But for anyone who hasn't been through it and has no idea what Cancer Journey Institute, Cancer Journey coaching is, like, let's bring it back just a little bit, because something that we hear a lot is like, what is Cancer Journey? Because we use it
Yeah.
so naturally, we just blend it. Cancer Journey Institute or like Cancer Journey Coaching. And it's like, okay, what does that mean, right? It feels so branded sometimes that when we don't break it down, it's like, what's a cancer journey? So
Right.
just the words cancer journey is having a cancer experience as a patient, caregiver, thriver, survivor, all of the above. Go through some sort of cancer journey. If cancer has touched your life, you've been going through a cancer journey. We do use the word journey very specifically because we see it as such, as a journey. It's not a one and done, and it really relates back to our mission of not seeing cancer as a battle, but a journey forward. It's not a fight until the end. It is a road of ups and downs that you're going to experience alongside your cancer. So that's also what sets our coaching aside from typical coaching. And there's so many different fields that coaching can touch, but we specifically focus on the experience of cancer. And it can apply to other like life-threatening illnesses as well, but our focus and our experience comes especially with cancer.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad you stopped me. I mean, I was, on my high horse on my pulpit, and it's like, let me tell you about all the great things. And it is kind of hard because I'm coming from the knowing it all and having, pictures of coaches in my head and their what they went through and so it's like, oh, and that coach and this is what they experience. And so I'm giving this big wide swath of a picture that not everybody sees. So I'm so
Mhm.
grateful that you paused me.
No, I
Um,
think it's important to talk about where we can get to too, but like let's bring it back to people who are like, "Who are you? I don't get this." Because it's not the most intuitive, and I don't think we right now have anywhere that kind of breaks it down from the perspective of like, "You don't know us. Get to know us first." So, let's
that
get
that
to
is
know
true.
us.
Well, and what I like to say about journey, because a lot of people come and say, I don't like that word. And I'm like, okay, well, we use that because it means something to us. But this is what it means. It means that you are showing up as a whole person. And when you're showing up as a whole person, there's a part of you that the medical team isn't actually working with, and that is your emotions, your mind, your mindset, your mental state, and your spirit. We say spiritual, but it could be the connection to a higher power and also your connection to yourself, your spirit, and how alive that is. These are wildly untouched areas in the cancer experience, but they're so important.
Yeah. Yeah, because when anyone's going through cancer, it's almost like we automatically, there's a switch. It's like all of that gets set aside for the very practical, like your medication and your treatment and your schedule. And it's like, okay, I have to put aside all like excitement for the future and emotions. And how can you how can you go through any experience as big as cancer and not have an emotional reaction to any part of it? And I mean, emotional reactions, they're not a bad thing. They can feel a little bit like a trigger here and there, but what we say is emotions are messengers. They're telling you something. They're there for a reason, and they're telling you a message only you can hear and only you know yourself to be true. So they are really important and completely understood why on a cancer journey someone would feel the need to put those aside or feel like those can't matter right now. This cancer treatment is in front of me. And yes, we absolutely still recognize that there needs to be practical things. And let's address the emotions too. So that way we can move forward both with your emotional and your physical health at the same time. It doesn't need to be separate. And for coaches who are coming here, I mean, we get people who have never experienced coaching before. They don't really know what it is, but they've had a cancer experience and they're like, I need to do something with it. People can't keep going this way. And we're like, us too. We exactly feel the same way. We do not want anyone else going through cancer or a life-threatening disease in the same way that we had to, push and struggle and warrior our way through. To have a companion makes it so much easier. And then we also have coaches who specialize in other fields, right? Maybe it's corporate coaching, or maybe it's nutrition coaching. There's so many different segments of coaching. So cancer journey coaching is a segment. But the reason Shireen gets so excited is because it's so much more than this little tiny segment that's like, it doesn't feel equivalent because so much of what you learn with us applies widely. And so to have this speciality and add this speciality to your coaching, we've watched existing coaches come in and their practice is almost transformed by the way that they start to apply these tools to their other clients in other respects as well. But as you come through the program, you really see what a unique experience the cancer journey is. And the place that people are in, and being with people who are really fragile and vulnerable and scared, and to be able to not pull them out of that place. We're not looking to pull people out, but to feel recognized in that space and not alone, to bring them to a place and travel with them on this journey to watch them become powerful is so yummy and satisfying and beautiful. And that's why Sherry so excited to talk about that part, because I am too, to watch the impact that cancer journey lessons and the curriculum, the award-winning curriculum, has on people's lives as coaches, but also what they bring to their clients as well. It becomes so, so special, and you get a really deep connection with your clients.
Yes, yes. And one of the things that I'm so proud of, just one. I mean, I'm so proud of a lot of the curriculum and what we do and how we do what we do, which I have not seen anywhere out there. Now, I've not been into every corner of the world, but the emotions, and it's not therapy, though it may feel therapeutic, but go back to emotions being messengers. And I loved how you said, only you feel them. Nobody else feels them. Feels like the whole world feels them when it's happening to you, and you want to express it. And there's that whole school of thought of emotional intelligence. And yes, we absolutely agree about emotional intelligence, and we embrace it. I think to a level that is not addressed in other places that I've seen. It's not just what do I do with my emotions so I can feel what I really want to feel, which is this. This is important. It truly is what makes you human, that you can have it and express it and use it. It is our body's way of talking to us, and nobody else is in your body but you. So having a relationship with your emotions and being willing to, back to the pause, because that is one of our biggest tools, which seems like the simplest tool, but it's not, to really get in touch with what your being is saying to you in this moment that only you can interpret, that only you can know. But your coach can be an ally, can be that tether that holds you in that quiet place so you can hear the whispers of what the emotions are saying. And then from there, it's you can really be with what's going on, instead of, oh, I just want to be positive through this. There's studies that have been done about positivity. I want to go there. It's like, there's a reason why you are experiencing the emotion that you're experiencing. And I'm sure I can talk all 30 minutes about this, but I just wanted to say that it is extremely important. And so the fact that we're not educated enough in in school or just kind of life around that. Here's the cancer journey with this opportunity to learn about that for ourselves and also for our clients. And that just makes everybody better and the world better.
Yeah, yeah. And I love the touch on um yourself and others, right? Sharon was talking a lot about how people who go through our coach training experience that transformation that was unexpected. That is like the number one unexpected result of our training programs. And it's not like they are completely transformed into a completely new person. They based on our model, which is what makes us different than other places. They get to experience, or at least they have the opportunity to experience the tools on themselves. They don't, throughout the program, you don't get exactly the same kind of experience you would with one of our coaches one-on-one, which is like the number one thing that we do highlight, and we would say that leads to the biggest transformation. We also have like personal growth programs that go even deeper. So while we do go deep generally throughout the trainings, we don't go as deep with each person. You go deep because we have this very particular model that allows you to not just learn the content, but you hear the concept, you see a demonstration of it and how it can shift. Never fake. We never fake an interaction, and we never need to, really. And then we give our trainees an opportunity to practice that exact lesson, because it's one thing to read about it or watch a video about it, or um, just have these little touches, take notes. Like, that's all well and good. That's a very important part of learning. But the practice and the very practical like use of it and trying it and knowing what it feels like, especially in an extended period of time, not just like a 5-minute exercise, but like feeling it over a whole session with a client, and getting to work with a client, because it's so difficult to apply the skills that you learn in any course, really, without having the opportunity to get it wrong and being told, like, that wasn't exactly it. So let's do it this way. It's that immediate feedback and that like tactical training that you get with us to experience and get feedback on both ends. And like, coaching is so nuanced. So the way we do it is like, it's just so specific that like we don't have a big agenda, right? Like, we're not trying to push our clients to shift or feel something that we want them to feel. It's what they end up kind of choosing for themselves. And we guide them to that choice for themselves because they have their own best advice that's going to resonate best with them. But sometimes even that little piece becomes something that you see when we're practicing another exercise. So getting that immediate feedback from our program leaders is like, it's pure gold, really.
Right,
Because
right.
we're in a normal like coaching situation outside of class, whether it's a practice client or a real client, who's giving you that feedback? How do you know that that's real? And especially with the honor from the ICA, like, we get to set that standard for ourselves too. We get to check every single one of our coaches throughout their entire training. We get to know so deeply how they coach that we can see when there's like a nuance that's just it needs a little bit of a shift so that it is in line with the ICF standards and the NBHWC standards, because we're recognized by both of them, and our method not only helps the coach with their practice, but it helps them be along those guidelines and be in tandem with these huge organizations that really oversee the coaching industry. So we get to be really
Yeah.
in line with what needs to be there and make sure that our coaches are in that space too.
And I think that the level of commitment that we have with our coach trainees, one of the um, sections of the